You know why I'm smiling? It's because there's a man in the studio. When he comes to a studio and you're bound to start the discussions off air, he begins to tickle your mind about the subject of discussion, and sometimes even way off the subject of discussion. Okay, we're not talking in the realms of absurdity, but I don't know which one you will consider absurd, especially when these days we have relationships in which one side can't get access to the best technological device we have these days, the smartphone, the mobile phones, because they have passwords on them. A man or a woman will put password, so the husband or wife can't get access. Then when that is raised, it becomes an issue. Does it tend to soil relationships at all? And we're here to discuss that. In the course of the program, I'm sure about 5 minutes, we'll open the phone lines for you to interact with us. And Reverend George Lutrot is our chief guest for the morning. How are you?
I'm cool, Roland. How are you too?
Why are you always controversial on many subjects when it comes to relationships? But the point is, a phone that belongs to me and I have a password on it, you have no business accessing. That's all. It's simple.
And must be understood as that. A password.
But why should couples be having difficulty with that?
Because of insecurity. That's a simple thing. You are insecure.
Okay.
I'm not qualified to have you as a husband. Roland looks too handsome. I'm not saying you, I'm just using that for example. He looks too handsome. Many ladies are interested in this guy. All of a sudden, he gets to my level to marry me. So I'm secure. I'm not too secure. He might be hiding something. He might be doing what, so because of insecurity, that's one. And it's likely that people's insecurity are really built from when they start relationship. Maybe they've dated somebody's husband before. For that matter, they know that it's easy to date people's husbands. And they know when you're dating people's husband, there's a way you do. You get home, no phone calls. You get a phone call, particular number calls you constantly. So they have the traits of what they did. It builds insecurity in them. For that matter, they always want to see what you are up to. You get it? So when they come to you, because they practiced that before, some will do this. They will now give you the access code to their system. Indirectly telling you that once I've given you mine, you got to give me yours. You see, but they forget that there are other people who are smart. Look, let me tell you a story in my office. A woman walked to my office, half A4 sheets of WhatsApp printed from the husband's phone. You know the A4 sheet, the rim is 500. So she has 250 pieces of the thing printed from the WhatsApp of the, and I said, madam, how did you get this? I don't even want to tell you. But I have all, even in my office now, any chat my husband has, it just appears on my screen. I say, wow, I have a software. When I bought the phone for him as a birthday present, I put a software on it. So he's logged in, I have everything. And I say, wow, who is suffering now? Yes, I'm suffering. That's why I've come to your office. I've warned this girl. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Insecurity.
Okay, but in ideal relationships, we're told that you all have to be transparent with each other. You're supposed to, what belongs to Roland belongs to Ajwa.
Thank you.
There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
So I don't need to put a password on my phone.
Yeah, so that's why some of us don't have passwords. So what belongs to me belongs to you. You read and you are shocked. It belongs to the two of us.
Okay.
You understand? But the issue is that what belongs to you belongs to me. However, we have privacy. We have secrecy. They are not the same thing. You understand? Now, there are issues that people would like to shelve from you. For example, I have a surprise for you. If we don't create a simple way of trying to have some privacy, respectable privacy within the relationship, we cannot build a relationship. There's something we call healthy privacy. We need it in the relationship. You understand?
Why do we need it? Because this is at variance to what many Christian counselors will be telling couples. Because they say, open the phone or let it be open. For example, we work in an industry where, for me, I may be getting text messages, not because perhaps I am interested in the ladies.
Yes, that's a statement most of the media people use.
No, it's not. Yeah, true.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. One of the common things they say. Okay, it's because of my work.
That's what they say.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you.
So now, when I get such a statement and it's on the phone, nothing wrong with it.
Yes.
Then she accesses it, nothing wrong with it.
Yes.
But if I decide that, well, I want to put passwords on my phone, and then she thinks there's a problem with it, what should be the reaction?
Now the reaction, that's what I said from the beginning, it boils down to insecurity. some people will have you, and they always have a mind in their head that there is something about you that I'm still trying to discover. I tell people, when you're dating anybody or having any relationship towards marriage with a guy, and you found him that he has done what the two of you agree not to do, no sex before marriage, then you chance on him doing it before the marriage. Forgive him, but don't marry him again. The same way like a lady. Once you chance on them breaking a rule that the two of you have set, forgive them, but break the relationship. The reason is, once you continue the relationship, you still hold them in the past. So it puts you in the checking system. So the first time I had a message on your phone, and that is where you apologize. So henceforth, I have to constantly go into your phone. But there are people that will do, and then they will, as it were, cut it off. But I'm saying that this password and things has come to a time that they shouldn't break our relationship. We have to understand that a mobile phone is yours. It's a private asset to you. The Bible says the two shall become one. Shall become one. So the two of us are not one. We are acting to be one. And in the healthy relationship, we need a very healthy competition within the relationship. Imagine you have the password to your wife's email address. Can she send you a mail? You have a password to her WhatsApp page. Can she send you a WhatsApp? You see, there are times that these things...
You just want to share things. Nothing wrong with that.
No, but at the end of the day, I should share it with you, not you seeing it on my phone. So there's nothing to laugh about. You understand? I mean, I have things from my wife coming to my phone and we laugh about it. She has it. We still send each other an email. I don't go to her email for what? I don't need it. I don't have the time for it. And that builds, I think that's what we need to build in our system so that technology will not destroy our relationship.
If we have such privacy, what does it breed?
Well, it assists most men to bring demonic attack home, which is they begin to cheat and bring children home.
That's if there's the privacy?
Usually. Some women goes like once beaten, twice shy, because in their relationship, they kept quiet over mobile phone, and the mobile phone surprised them. So now in my relationship now, I want to police it so well. I mean, there was these two guys, a lady and a girl, the phone got missing, and it was supposed to flash. So that they will search for it in his car. Then he flashed the girl's phone. Then he saw the name. Who this? Who this? Who this? And there were two lines. So he thought whilst he was calling, another person is calling. So he called the other line. So what? He was seeing the phone, but he didn't pick the phone for the girl. See, this small thing became a whole crime because his name has been stored wrongly.
It became a crisis thing in the relationship.
On Joy FM, there was a fight at one of the morning shows where a wife said, my husband has given me a signature tune when I call him. A nice gospel song. But there's a particular lady in their office that is playing another funky song for. Why that tone for that girl? So you see, this mobile phone thing, many people are seeing it like a mini God. So when the privacy is granted, some misuse it. But the challenge is that I tell all women, there is nothing on earth any woman married can do to keep the husband home. There's nothing. So don't abuse yourself to keep your husband home. But there's everything a man can do to keep themselves home. So they can give you their password. Do what? But if they say they have intended to carefully, neatly cheat on you, they will do it. It's easy for you to catch men when they're cheating. As it's very difficult to catch women.
Counselor, you're supposed to discourage that, right?
Discourage cheating.
Yes.
There's no justification for cheating.
Right.
There's no justification whatsoever. But I'm telling the women who are trying to hold their husbands
away. So you're saying
away,
that the men who will do it will do it. Those who will not do it.
Every man can do it.
Okay.
I mean, you can do it, I can do it. It's just a decision not to do it.
True.
You understand?
True.
I
agree with you in that. So when there's privacy, so a couple, they decide to respect their privacy. Yeah. So the phone is there, the password is respected, or even if it's not respected, you don't touch the phone.
No password, but you shouldn't touch my phone.
What are the advantages?
The advantages are that it keeps you away from fast death.
You don't tend to think about what's baggage.
I mean, it's a phone. I mean, you have crisis in my office where people say, Counselor, I'm shocked. I'm married my husband for 10 years now, and I'm surprised at the things I'm seeing. My phone got spoiled, and my husband gave me his phone to use. And for the 1 week, the things I'm reading, and I say, Madam, reading what? I gave you my phone. If really there are anything so much that I know is not supposed for you to have, I'll delete them. But I gave it to you. So I want to ask him. And I say, oh, if there are not serious issues that will bring, he said, no, I discovered my husband has a child in Ho. with a certain woman for 7 years now. So I want to ask my husband if it's true. I say, be careful. Maybe it is not your husband's child. It could be a message that was sent in that communication. You know, she didn't listen. Roland, she didn't listen. And she went to do digging. Lo and behold, it was not the husband's child. Then the marriage started having a crack. Oh, so you don't believe in me? And blah, blah. I'm saying that if whether there's a password on it or not, please, let's respect privacy. That will help all of us. You understand? So that some men too are so scared of their wife that they even carry their mobile phone as soap to the bathroom, and they mistakenly rub it on the spot. You are living with such a serious woman at home that she knows you have something hiding. You understand? So they take the mobile phone even to the bathroom, and while it rang, he was about to pick soap to rub on the thing. Then he picked the mobile phone and poured the water on it. Whose phone is spoiled? Let's live a life of knowing that we are still individuals in marriage. That is why most people are losing their marriages now. I hear statements like, when we get married, we are for each other. So most women are...
What is for you is for me.
Yes, so regularly you find most women at home, married women especially, looking just how God created them, constantly at home. But that is rather taking the interest from the men, because men don't like open, constant things. So you see, when we say privacy and secrecy, there are two things. Let your phone be there. My wife has a phone. There was no password on it. But recently, she's done some design. Look, they've shown me the design for about 20 times. Roland, I can't catch it. I do it and I forget. It's not part of my idea.
Because you don't want to.
That's not why you hide. Anything you want to hide is because you don't want me to know. No. So keep hiding it. The day you want me to know, I will know. But I will not feel for your phone to go and see someone.
All right, we'll have to open the phone lines, and very soon we're going to put the phone lines on your screens, and I'm sure they will be on your screens very soon, and so you can call, and we have 030221691 or 2, and those are the lines. They are on the screen, so you can just have a look.
In the home setting, the landline is for the woman. If you have a landline at home,
people also have landlines.
Yes, we still have. I have one in my home. Now, when you ring a house line, the first voice you should hear should be the voice of the wife in the house, because the landline is for them.
Because of what they always.
It is the home is made by the woman. So if constantly you call the house and hello, residence of Mr. Roland, no, there's a problem. What is the man waiting for? And you see, those times when space to space was in town, young girls want to call their sugar daddies and it's not going. So you're calling the house line and they'll call you, brah, Fred, way mommy. I'm just one. I've done that business on it. Yeah. Hello. And if the voice is the man's voice, they will continue to talk. If it's the woman's voice, and catch and say, Auntie be wrong lie. So now, you see, these things have been in the mind of people. That now that landline is not in focus, I will not get the access to get these people. And I know what my husband can do. People are there. There are women, when you appreciate their husbands, they get confused. Oh, your husband is nice, so he's a nice husband. You've got that becomes a crime to them. So let's learn to respect privacy.
Now, whilst you tend to respect privacy, let's talk about the content of what could be messages that could trigger certain disagreements.
Yes.
Because is it every message you see that you would assume is something of an indulgence by a couple or one of the?
Some yes, some no. On a scale of 0 to 10, you can have 7 being yes and just 3 being no. The reason being that it's your interpretation to the text or whatever message you are reading that would. But if like I see people saying, I see this number calling you constantly, and I get confused. How do you know that this number constantly calls me? So a message have come. How do you interpret the message? Because the interpretation is the issue. So how did you interpret it? That this girl says this, and it says that I've gone to see the doctor, but the doctor says that what we thought about, it was not it. So we are all safe. When am I seeing you this evening? What does it mean? It means my husband has impregnated somebody, and the person have gone to see the doctor, and the doctor says, lucky enough for both of them, it's not pregnancy.
That's just an assumption. It doesn't necessarily mean that.
Maybe it's not even pregnancy matter, but maybe she thought he was HIV positive, and she went and it is negative. So why your mind goes straight to childbirth? It's because you know your husband is capable of impregnating another woman outside. So it's the interpretation that we give to the content. So let the people read to you and interpret to you. And some people too, they give them the opportunity.
We have Kwame on the line. Kwame, where are you calling from? Okay, please, will you have a problem if your partner puts a password on her phone?
I don't have any problem. I don't have any problem because I will not be interested in even taking her phone. So there's no need even putting a password there. And I know she also not be interested in taking my phone.
So supposing your partner has a password on her phone, you have no difficulty with it?
I don't have any difficulty with that. That's her own problem. She can go along with it. I will not even remember putting password. Even if I put it, I'll forget the password, so I will see. It's not part of it.
All right. I get your point. Perhaps maybe because you're not good at numbers, so you don't want to indulge in it.
Not that I'm not good at numbers,
yeah.
but it's something that I will not do.
So there are people who just don't have the interest.
Yes, because there's nothing to hide.
Do we have certain tradespeople in terms of where they work? Always getting these type of difficulties with their partners, perhaps if they are bankers and things like that, or people who tend to meet a lot more people. Media,
like your group,
the media, film,
your group,
movie, that type of thing. Not only, I mean, people who tend to meet a lot of hospitality and
away from our group. By your group like this, they have a lot of, you know.
If pastors, you also meet a lot.
Oh yes, sir.
You also have problems at home. Sometimes don't try
the pastors, but they are human beings.
Right.
Well, we are not pastors at home. We are husbands at home.
So those categories of people will tend to have
it. Yes. I mean, it's not. You see, when you call it a difficulty, the issue is that it's my phone and a message came to me. It's not yours. So I don't know why you want to really interpret it to mean something for you. What I'm pleading is that let's learn to respect people's privacy.
Okay, let's learn to respect people's privacy. Prosper. Precious.
Hello.
Precious.
Precious.
Oh, Precious.
Yes.
Precious, where are you calling us from?
Navrongo.
What, Precious, would you have a difficulty with a password on perhaps your husband or your boyfriend's phone?
Never.
Oh, you don't mind?
At all.
Even if you suspect, or you wouldn't even start suspecting, is that it?
Oh, I wouldn't even waste my time.
Why? Can you particularly tell us?
Because I trust him, and if he's hiding something, I think it should be his own problem. I need to enjoy my marriage, so I don't have to bother myself so much on things like that.
So you'll be okay if there's a password. Do you think that couples tend to get worried over nothing?
No, it's not necessary. Even if I meet my husband with a lady, there is nothing wrong with that. I think you should go away and then I have my husband back.
All right, Reverend, your reaction to it?
Oh, that's a
Precious seems to have
Precious.
a very...
Maintain your name and grow with your name. You will be precious forever. I mean, such people will live long. They won't die quick. I mean, say that my husband will come back to the house for me.
We have Ajimai. Talk to Ajimai for us.
Hello, Ajimai. Ajimai.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. I think that you have a good point. The point, my belief is that passwords and all those things, it's not quite important as to share with partners. My point is that, as you said, anyone who wants to have or who is in a relation, the great thing to have is a trust.
That's right.
If you trust somebody, I don't think you need to go into the person's phone or laptop to look into what the person has or what the person does not have. What is important is that when you trust the person, you don't mind as to what the person is doing. Whatever he or she is doing, she will bring it out to you for you to know, and when she feels that you to know.
That's true.
So the trust is very important. I think it is key to the success of every relationship. That's the point I want to make.
But Ajima, you don't think that having passwords and it causing disagreements can break trust?
Sorry?
Having passwords on your phone, and for which reason could be a point of disagreement, could also breach trust.
No, that is why anybody who tries to trigger that disagreement does not trust you. And that is the point. If you trigger that disagreement, then it means...
Ajima, I get your point. Ajima, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from English.
Manfro. Okay, thank you.
No, English and
English. All right.
So you see the issue. But I'm saying that once beaten, twice shy. So most people are policing themselves because it has happened before.
Okay.
Or a friend has told them this is what happened to me.
All right. We have to wrap up.
Yeah.
But mobile phones have come to stay. Now,
Yeah.
we're having versions that beats the mind after each model.
That's right.
What should be the predisposition in terms of the mindset of couples?
Now, the predisposition is that marriage is not about the phone. Marriage is about the two of us. And I want us to respect each other. Remember that we are still individuals. Listen to me. If you get married to any man in the world and the man tells you, cut off from these friends or change your SIM for you, he's a wicked man. He wants to kill you. Because anytime you think the only person you can get closer to is your husband and wife, there's problem. So please respect each other's privacy. And if they say don't touch the phone, don't touch and die quick. But those of you who are hiding things, one of these days, your phone will crash. And we'll see.
We'll see how that goes. And thanks for joining us, Rev.
Thanks for having
Reverend
me.
George Luttrell is one of the topmost counselors we have around. Has some extreme views as far as marriage is concerned, I think, in my estimation. And he brings cutting down to our show for the week. And again, we'll return on Monday, same time, and we'll bring you a lot more as far as the AMShow is concerned. Thanks for joining us for the morning. Have a good weekend.